Hi, Gene here with today's thought. It's starting to, well, it's very early, time will tell, but it's starting to look like the walls that were supposed to be closing in on Donald Trump. Remember that repeated phrase all the time by our liberal friends? The walls are closing in on Donald Trump. Well, it's starting to look like those laws might actually be closing in on Joe Biden. You must have already heard about the $3 million that we now know, because the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, chairman, was able to get finally these suspicious activity reports, plus the testimony they've been getting from whistleblowers, documenting these funds, these payments of millions of dollars by the Chinese, by companies associated with the Chinese Communist Party to the Biden family, to everybody except mysteriously Joe Biden, except there's a 10% to the big guy in one of the emails on Hunter Biden's laptop. And by the way, he's suing now. He's suing the guy at the computer shop for revealing personal information or something. He's suing him, and that's not going to go very far, because the invoice, the bill that the receipt that he signed, that Hunter signed when he left the laptop at the shop, was that if he didn't pick it up within 90 days, it becomes the property of the store. And that's what happened. He didn't pick it up. It belongs to the owner of the store. He can do whatever the heck he wants with it. And you could sue him maybe for, well, he can't. It's going nowhere. But I just thought I would give you that, just a little bit of info there. The point is that we now have documentation of money going from especially this company called CEFC, associated with the Chinese Communist Party. $3 million to be exact, going to the Biden family, funneled through a gentleman named Robinson Walker, through a law firm he had, that he has, Robinson Walker LLC. Robinson Walker is a former official in the Clinton White House, the Bill Clinton White House, and his wife was an assistant to Jill Biden. So you can see the connection. There's a connection here. So I'm going to, what I did, well, the New York Post did this. They have an article. I'm going to link to it. You can read it in details, but it follows this money trail so far. And I'm going to have actually a breaking news on Robinson Walker in a minute. I keep looking down. This is I'm going to put this up in a minute. The New York Post did this, a nice little diagram tracing the money. You know the old saying from Watergate, follow the money. So that's what the New York Post did, and that's what this Oversight Committee in the House is doing, and that's what the breaking news concerns, which I'll get to in a minute. But let's just go through the chart. I'm going to put it up here, and now I'll just, well, you can read along with me. That's basically it. So we're starting with $3 million. That's the amount of money that went to the Biden family. Now it comes from this is March 1st, 2017, an affiliate of Shanghai-based CEFC, the company that I mentioned earlier, headed by, I think it's pronounced Ya Zhanming, and he wires $3 million to this Robinson Walker that I just mentioned. Now, what happens to that money after it goes to him? $1.065 million, a little bit over $1 million, March 2nd, 2017, roughly about a third of the $3 million. It's wired to Abu Dhabi-based European Energy and Infrastructure Group, founded by, guess who? Hunter Biden associate James Gilliar. And you can hear a lot more about him. He's probably going to have to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Okay, so that's 1/3 of the money. Now, March 6, 2017 to May 18, 2017, Biden family-linked accounts received the following amounts. Companies linked to Hunter Biden, $610,692. Hallie Biden, and this is a new name, James Comer, the chairman of the Oversight Committee, had spoken a few days ago that in tracing this money, getting these suspicious activity reports, a new Biden family member came up, someone who had not previously been on the radar of the Oversight Committee, that person, Hallie Biden. Hallie Biden is the widow of Beau Biden, who is Hunter's older brother, Joe Biden's son, who unfortunately died, I think it was 2015, of brain cancer. So that's unfortunate. But his Hunter Biden, after his brother Beau died, had an affair, by the way, with widow Hallie. So that's a whole other story. That's for the gossip columns. Anyway, she got $25,000. Now we have companies linked to James Biden. That's Biden's younger brother, $360,000. And then there's an unknown Biden, it looks like here, quote unquote Biden. I assume they know it's a Biden, but anyway, $70,000. So all this money is documented, these money flows. Now, here's the breaking news. I just heard this, I just read this maybe 5 minutes before recording this video. This gentleman that I mentioned, Robinson Walker, James Comer, the chairman again of the House Oversight Committee, is demanding, well, he made it a request, requesting this gentleman to testify, to come before the committee and testify in a transcribed interview. Now, I say demand, because even though it's officially a request, because Comer made it clear, he said specifically, this guy, Robinson Walker, has 1 week to comply, to agree to testify, and if not, he's going to be subpoenaed. So we're going to hear from him one way or the other. My advice now, if he takes because we have to know, what was that money for? We know where it came from. What was it for? What did the widow of Joe, well, I guess it would be Robinson Walker, what did he do to get this $3 million, and why is it going to all these members of the Biden family? So there's a possibility, I'm not a lawyer, but I see a possibility that Robinson Walker would take the Fifth Amendment. And if he does, my advice to James Comer is, this is a little fish, give him immunity so that he's forced to testify, because the big fish is Joe Biden. And the big issue is our national security, because it becomes clearer every day that Joe Biden is compromised, or may be compromised, I'll say. He may be compromised by the Chinese Communist Party, but it's increasingly looking like he is. And that's the thought for today. Thanks for listening this far. If you did, subscribe, and I'd love to see you all again. Bye.